Good morning, people. I am a little bit late this morning. Here I am trying to get everybody in and say salams, straightening up my, hopefully I'll be able to have you guys. I am often straight on one platform and sideways on the other, but I hope you guys forgive me for that because it's two different phones. So today we are going to talk about weight loss and the formula and why you need to combine several techniques, which ones to combine and which ones not to combine. Wa alaikum salam. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Beriksu. I think I pronounced that correctly. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Mona Gray on IG. From Chicago. Barikisu. Am I pronouncing that right? So tell me where you are in the world and where you are joining me from. I love seeing how social media truly makes the world a smaller place. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much, Farah. So how it makes the world a smaller place. If you know someone who has expressed desire to manage their weight, then go ahead and tag them in the comment. Share this on your Facebook profile, your Instagram stories, so that you can invite them into the conversation. I am actually going to start off that with a topic. What happens, what do you do, well, as part of the topic, like what do you do when you have a loved one, you have a friend that you are concerned about their weight and you would like for them to, make some effort and they are not making the effort because they're just not in that space. First thing is, don't badger them, right? You may gently tag them in this video. Do not put this video on their page. You can put it on your page. Right? Because everybody has a different mindset. Assalamu alaikum. We have India, we have Pakistan, we have Columbus, Ohio, we have Canada, alhamdulillah, we have everyone from all over the world. I love it, I love it. This is Wednesday. I think we will officially call Wednesdays our Wellness Wednesdays, and we will talk specifically about health and wellness topics on Wednesdays, and then start to branch out on the other days. So today is February. Oh, it's not even January, it's February. Today is February the 3rd. Ooh, how about that? And Florida, Hajra is from Florida. We have U.S. On Instagram. I'm in the U.S. too. Hajra is in the U.S. So we are talking today about weight loss. We are talking about how to combine certain techniques and what techniques should not be combined. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my philosophy in terms of what you should be doing and not doing. Let's talk a little bit about whether or not we actually need to combine exercise and nutrition, which one is more important if we only want to do one. All right, so stay tuned, tag somebody, share this if you know somebody that may be interested in this topic of managing their weight, if you know somebody who's interested in the topic of weight and health. So let's first of all, I use weight loss, we're gonna use it in air quotes, right? Because weight is just an indication of health, right? We're always talking about, I wanna lose weight, I wanna lose weight, I wanna lose weight. And it's not the weight, it is what weight is an indicator of, right? It is one of many indicators in which it can be predictive of health problems, right? So we know that there are certain things that in general is directly correlated to health issues, particularly the three main ones is diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Weight can be an indicator of that, which is attached to your body mass index, which is a ratio between your weight and your height. Another way of looking at that predictor is what's called your waist to hip ratio, right? That's another predictor of health. You measure your waist at your belly button, your hips at the widest point, divide your hips into your waist. And for men, that should not exceed 1.0. For women, it should not exceed 0.8. So if it's larger than that, then that is an indicator of the risk of health problems. Body fat percentage is another way of determining that. And why do we need all of these different ways to tell us that, hey, these are warning signs that you might end up developing disease, right? So we need those things because we want to stay healthy. And sometimes you don't feel the health problem until it is actually diagnosed because you have ignored all of the warning signs, right? So how many people, we know that we probably have about 3 million people in America walking around with prediabetes and don't even know it because it's such a slow progressing disease at the beginning. Is you kind of like just start feeling a little fatigue or feeling like, you have to go to the bathroom all the time or gaining weight, and all of these things are happening slowly and it becomes a part of your normal, right? So oftentimes when people begin to lose weight, and I have clients that follow the program, a response that I hear a lot is like, I didn't even know I felt that bad until I felt like what it feels like to feel good and healthy and what it feels like to be vibrant and have energy, right? So you don't know how good you can feel until you can feel that good, until you actually feel that good. So that is actually a part of the reason why we want to make sure that we pay attention to all of these things. We should not obsess about it because it's not just about weight, and weight is not about putting on a certain size jeans, right? We know that there are people who we call them over fat. I lovingly call them skinny fries. Those are the people who they are healthy on a BMI scale. They eat all kind of crap, right? Everybody got at least one friend like that. They never gain weight. They eat unhealthy. They never exercise, right? But what happens is that when you take many of their body fat percentage, their body fat is high. Body fat for women, high is over 30%, and for men, that's over 25%, right? So those type of people is who I call skinny fries. They too are at risk. So BMI is not the only determiner of health risk. So can your body fat percentage be. So can your waist to hip ratio, which means for men, if your hips is measuring a 32, then your waist should not be more than a 32. For a woman, your waist should always be a lower measurement in inches than your hips, because that has been shown to be an indicator of health problem, right? So when we talk about waist to hip ratio, we're talking about where you hold your body fat, right? And again, that is only one indicator of health. We know that there are people who are, for example, pear-shaped people that we call them. They don't gain weight quickly inside of their waist, but instead they gain lots of weight in their hips, right? Those are pear-shaped people. waist to hip ratio may show that they're healthy in waist to hip ratio, but then their BMI is really high. So know that you should also go with several different indicators of health, right? Not just one. So one of the ways in which I teach my client that they should goal set around reversing the indicators of health issues, one of the ways that I tell them that they should do that is have 3 markers of progress. Don't just go with one thing. So that's your first tip of how you're going to start your weight loss journey. You're going to find 3 markers of progress. If weight is one of those things, awesome. Let weight be one of those things. But also use something that is fitness. So fitness, so we have 3 markers. Physical, so that can be weight. It can be BMI. It can be, I want to get my cholesterol down. It could be, I want to get off high blood pressure medicine, right? What is that, right, physical thing that you want to change, right? The second indicator of progress should be based on fitness. So what is it physically you would like to do that you cannot do right now? So that's the second thing that you should look at when we're talking about getting 3 measures of progress, right? So is it, hey, I wish I could do 10 military push-ups, or I wish I could do 50 military push-ups in a row, right? So that is going to be a part of your progression as you begin to engage in an exercise program. You're going to be using that as an indicator of improvement. And then the third thing should be around lifestyle. So the lifestyle indicator of improvement could be, hey, I want to be able to go to bed and actually have a restful sleep, right? That's something that you can actually judge. Like, am I sleeping better? I want to be able to decrease my stress level, right? I want to be able to focus and read Quran every day, or whatever that lifestyle thing that you want to improve. And the reason why it is so important for you to set all 3 markers when you start your weight loss journey. So if you've started your weight loss journey, you can definitely go back and do this, because it is going to be a way for you to stay consistent and motivated even when the scale flatlines. No matter what type of program you follow in your weight loss journey, it's going to be a roller coaster. Some weeks you'll lose weight, some weeks you'll plateau, you may gain 2 pounds, lose 5 pounds, gain a half a pound, right? It's going to kind of go like this, right? When you are doing that. But when you step on the scale and you feel like, oh my gosh, I have not lost weight in 2 weeks. But when you go back to your indicators of progress, you might say, you know what? I haven't lost weight, but I can do 2 more push-ups in a row before I get tired than I could 2 weeks ago. So that means I am not at a plateau. My weight may not have gone down in 2 weeks, but I have definitely gained strength, right? Or it may be, hey, I'm able to run a 12-minute mile now, and last month I couldn't, go faster than a 15-minute mile. You need to have 3 indicators of progress so that you can maintain, because when you only base it on the scale and your scale weight, you are bound to get disappointed at some time, and then you start getting depressed and, oh, what I'm doing is not working, and then I'm just going to stop, and then you're not going to continue on your journey. That's how you get thrown off. You get thrown off and you stay off for a long time, right? So one of those ways of keeping yourself motivated is making sure you have 3 indicators. I put 4 fingers up. 3 indicators. 3 indicators of progress. Okay, so that's number 1. When it comes, so I'm going to tell you kind of like in my 20 plus years of helping women to lose weight, to regain their health and their confidence and joy in their life, this is where I am in helping women, that I feel the most effective way of helping women actually lose weight, not just lose weight, but also to maintain that weight loss and to improve. I'm going to just make a little asterisk is, yes, this works for men as well, but I focus on women. So For the 33% of my followers who are men, yes, you can benefit from this advice as well. So number one, and I talk about this a lot on this page, which is intermittent fasting, right? If you do nothing else, then you should start off with intermittent fasting. Like, that is a super important way for you to not just help you to lose weight, but also begin the process of balancing your hormones, resetting your metabolism, and most importantly, decrease insulin resistance so that you can actually avoid diabetes, avoid heart disease, and improve your weight, right? Your insulin resistance is phone call. All right. So one of the things, so that's super important for you to do is intermittent fasting. When I talk about intermittent fasting, like in general, it is going a minimum of 12 hours without eating. You start your day at 6 a.m., you've only gone 7 hours without food. You start your day with food in the morning. Even if that food is, oh, well, I'm starting my day with a smoothie. Nope, that means nothing. Your body needs rest. Just like your body needs rest and sleep, your digestive system needs rest. Your metabolism needs rest, because during that rest period, it restores itself. Right? One of the problems why we have so much insulin resistance and why diabetes, part of the reason why diabetes is an epidemic, not just in the United States, but throughout the entire world, is because we basically eat too much and eat too often. Right? I'm going to stake my claim on that. I'm going to put my flag in the ground on that one. We not just eat too much, but eat too often. You should not be grazing throughout your day. Right? That is not the way to lose weight, right? Is by, I'm going to eat 3 meals and 2 snacks. That's just not even the way human beings were really made to digest. Despite all of the cute little memes of, hey, cows don't eat meat and gorillas get big off of vegetables, we don't have the digestive system of cows and gorillas. We are not meant to graze all day long. We cannot eat 600 pounds of vegetation like a gorilla a day. So let's just get that clear and out of the way. You're not a cow, you're not a gorilla, you're not a turtle, you're a human being, right? We were not meant to graze all day. The second part of, I think that is really important, is lowering carbohydrates. So technically, according to the research, even if you did nothing but do intermittent fasting, also called time-restricted eating, you would actually improve your health. And eventually, you will lose weight, right? So that's kind of like, you can lose weight with that technique alone, even if you did not make the healthiest food choices, right? So there's one research study that it took mice, and it took 2 groups of mice. One, they restricted feeding them to a 12-hour period. So they took away all food for 12 hours. The other one, they left the food and allowed mice to graze throughout the day whenever they wanted. At the end of the study, which I believe was about 3 months, the mice who were grazing developed the equivalent to diabetes, heart disease. They began to be overweight and obese. The mice who were eating the same exact thing, which, by the way, they simulated a processed food diet, it was high fat and high carb, they were able to avoid all of those diseases just because they restricted their eating into a 12-hour period, right? So we know that this happened in the lab with mice, but similar studies have been done with people, like literally watching what is the insulin resistance like for a person who does time-restricted eating for 3 months. And over again, it improves. Your A1C level improves. The way your body processes insulin improves. We know insulin is a fat storage hormone, so that if you can improve your insulin resistance, then you're going to store less fat. Point blank. Weight loss is not about calories in, calories out. It is mainly about your hormone balance, which is one of the reasons why I use a low carb diet for my clients to help them to balance their hormones, right? We think of like hormones as something that we don't have control over. We absolutely have control over how our body is processing food that is going to begin a domino effect on our hormones, particularly insulin, leptin, ghrelin, fat-burning hormones like HGH and testosterone. Those hormones are super important for us to understand how what we eat and when we eat affects them. All right, so this is what I teach my clients and why it's so important for me to just, not just to give somebody a diet, but actually tell them and educate them on how what we're doing is going to affect their body. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, eating healthy vegetables is a huge part, and I'm going to give a big asterisk on vegetables. So just so you know, my philosophy really is that we use fruit and vegetables as if it's one category of things. It is not. Fruit is one thing and vegetables is a whole separate category. We should not combine them together. We should not substitute them for one another because generally when people put them both together, they're like, well, you know, I'm going to give, my kid eats 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, but they're really just eating 5 servings of really sweet fruit, right? Giving your kid or even yourself eating 5 bananas a day is very different than you having 5 servings of spinach or collard greens or even an apple, right? Is a very different on your body, on your insulin level. If you need to lose weight to improve your health, then you have to eat differently. I am pretty much a straightforward person. I understand that for some people that works and some people that don't. If you're in my tribe, then it works for you. And so straightforwardly, I'm going to tell you that when people have health problems, when you have metabolic disorder, I am not a do things in moderation type of person. I feel like doing things in moderation is when you are healthy and you're trying to maintain that health. But if you have prediabetes, if you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, if you are obese, moderation is not what you need. You need lifestyle changes, like right now. You need to change your lifestyle. You need to change what you're eating. You cannot eat everything. Point blank. And no, it is not going to create a bad relationship with food. It will actually improve your relationship with food because you're eating with intentions. You're eating with things that can help you become healthier. You're eating with things that is going to help you to be the best version of yourself possible. If you think of your relationship with food like your relationship with people, right? If you have a toxic person in your life, nobody tells you, well, you know what, just deal with them with moderation. You know, hang out with them sometimes, just not all the time. Nobody tells you that, right? Relationship gurus, all of these so-called coaches, they tell you like, you need to just stay away from toxic people. Well, I'm telling you the same thing when you're dealing with your relationship with food. You need to stay away from the toxic foods that you know that exacerbating your weight. Get the carbs out of there. Get the rice and the bread. Like, they are the equivalent to toxic friends. I gotta be honest with y'all. I gotta be straight. I'm not like a side shooter. I'm a straight shooter. All right? So, if you are serious about your weight loss, you have to make serious lifestyle changes. If you want something that you've never had, you gotta do something that you've never done. Nothing happens in your comfort zone. You're going to just keep going in circles and circles. And I've met so many people, it's like, well, In moderation, when I'm doing good, I lose the weight, but then I gain it back. You're going in a circle. That's why we're talking. Because you're going in a circle. Because you think it's going to be the last thing is exercise. Absolutely essential part of your program. Everybody wants to wait to exercise. Oh, I'm just going to start with my diet first. If you are serious about making it a lifestyle, you must incorporate exercise. We know from research study after research study that exercise is the snowball habit, not eating. What does that mean? That means that when people start moving intentionally, they automatically want to adopt other healthy lifestyle habits. Drinking more water, eating more vegetables. They've done studies about people decreasing the amount of cigarettes they smoke, even without the researchers telling them, just because they started to move. It is a snowball habit. Diet is important, but it doesn't create the automation that exercise does. So when you are talking about creating a long-term lifestyle, you must figure out how to get workouts in there. Even if you start where you are with walking, right? I would prefer you put some HIIT in there and make sure that you're working up a really good sweat, but everybody is at a different level. So start where you are, but start making it a habit. Move every single day. Exercise is the snowball habit, not diet. So that means running a 5K will probably make you want to eat some vegetables later on. But eating vegetables will not make you want to go run a 5K in the simplest form, all right? So make sure that you are thinking about how you are going to really make definitive efforts in improving your weight so that you can improve your health. My MR40 Method Challenge is open, which is a 6-week challenge for women to balance their hormone, lose weight, and kickstart a healthy lifestyle. If you're ready for that change, you can go to mr40method.com. That's method.com. It is a woman's only challenge, and it has a $500 reward, so it's a competition. Between women, it's a friendly little competition. Everyone wins, but one person who loses the greatest percentage of her overall body weight in 40 days actually wins $500. So it is certainly worth the challenge. It is worth you getting involved so that you can make those definitive changes. I coach you throughout the entire time. You have an entire tribe of women there to support you. Full menu and meal plan, workout videos, all the things that you need in order for you to kickstart a healthy lifestyle, but more importantly, for you to stay in a healthy lifestyle. All right? Today is Wednesday, and that is our talk for today. Tomorrow is Thursday. Make sure that you join me here at 11:30 a.m. I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be on Instagram. So either platform, you can find me at Fit Muslima either way. And if you're ready to get started, go ahead and DM me ready so that I know that you are ready to make lifestyle changes and you are serious about kickstarting a healthy lifestyle. All right? Talk to you soon. Talk to you tomorrow, actually. All right. Assalamu alaikum.